Now what's a man gotta do to get that sort of attention from you?
If that's the sort of attention you want, Larson, you're well on your way.
Sounds like fun, but I'm only here to make an introduction. Lara Croft, meet Jacqueline Natla of Natla Technologies.
Good afternoon, Miss Croft. My research department has recently turned its focus to the study of ancient artifacts, and I'm led to believe that with the right incentive, you're just the woman to find them for me.
I'm afraid you've been misled. I only play for sport.
Which is precisely why I've come to you, Miss Croft. This is a game you've played before, with your father. You both spent years searching for the Scion of Atlantis. All you needed was the location of Qualopec's tomb.
You found Vilcabamba.
How quickly can you get to Peru?
Vilcabamba continues to elude us, and my insistence that we press on in spite of these failures has morale low. I suspect Jenkins to be the author of this sedition. He simply refuses to accept the possibility that Atlantis is the foundation upon which all known civilizations were built. Increasingly, I find it is Lara alone who remains untainted by academic dogma and open-minded enough to see this truth.
Lo siento, no traje bastante cuerda.
Not to worry. I'll find another way up.
Indeed. This is Finding Another Way Up, the video game. Welcome to Let's Play Tomb Raider Anniversary Blind. Disclaimer first of all, I have played a little bit of this game. I've played the first part of the first level. Because these tutorial messages are totally assuming that I'm using a controller, which I'm not. I'm using a 360 gamepad. E is apparently Y. And blank stick, which is Swedish for space, is A. So, you know. Gamepad, because this game feels like it was made for a gamepad, which, not surprising, the original game from about 10 years before this was made, hence Tomb Raider Anniversary, was also on the PlayStation 1, and it felt like it was designed for that. Q is X on a gamepad, assuming you're using a 360 pad, which you should if you're playing games on a PC, let's be honest. A friend of mine bought me this game. Well, he sort of... I think it was cheap on Steam, and he wanted me to play it because I've only ever played Tomb Raider 2 back when that was new in what, 98 or whatever. That was a while ago. And I remember liking it, but I haven't really been a fan since. So, oops, screw that up. So he waved this in my face and said, "I'll buy this for you on the condition that you let's play blind, because I want to watch you fail at it." And I'm like, well, I can't really turn down an offer like that, so here we are. That was a while ago, and I've taken a while to get used, or to get around to it. But here we go. I'm playing Tomb Raider Anniversary Blind. This is basically a tutorial, so, you know, I already know what to do. Press A, or press Y to interact, press A to jump. Much to my friend's chagrin, though, I do not have manual grab turned on, because I did some reading about that. Let's just watch this first. Thank you, subtitles. Yeah, she's pretty ridiculous. Indeed. So there's a difference between the older Tomb Raider games and the newer ones, developed by Crystal Dynamics. Unless they changed developers again when I wasn't looking, but this was Crystal Dynamics. Is that the newer games play a lot like a little bit toward your sort of Assassin's Creed, Uncharted, Prince of Persia-esque way, whereas in the old ones there was more of a focus on, well, they were different games, let's just say. And one of the holdovers from that is that they insist on having a manual grab option in the menu, I'm pressing B to dodge. Oh, I took that one right in the side. I failed at this game. What was I talking about? Yeah, there was a thing where normally she wouldn't have grabbed on there unless I pressed a button in the original game. She would have just kept falling if I hadn't pressed the grab button in time when she hit the ledge. So they try to emulate that by having a manual grab button, but in fact it isn't that. It is not a manual grab. The only thing it does is when you hold the button down, the automatic grab function is turned on. So it still doesn't require any timing or anything like that. It's just sort of a compromise, and at that point I'd rather just play this game the way this... oh god. The way the engine... yes, I know. Mash Y. The way the engine was designed for, with the newer games in mind. So it's not going to be super faithful, but it never was anyway. Right trigger shoots! And bats glitch around like crazy. I don't know why they do that. There's a thing up here. I happened to find this when I was getting used to the controls. They feel a bit... I found a large medipack. They feel a bit fiddly for some reason with the gamepad. It's sort of a little bit too sensitive. It's kind of hard to make her go straight forward, at least in my experience. Oh, well, by the way, a disclaimer. If you're the kind of person who has not watched me play anything blind before, and you're wanting to watch someone... They are not supposed to do that. Hold on, what was it? That reloads. Okay, cool. Whoop. Hold Y and climb up or down. Yes. If you're the kind of person who will get frustrated when someone fails to do something excruciatingly simple and want to mash your keyboard and throw your monitor out the window when someone walks right past a very obvious secret in the first level of your favorite video game, then you should probably not be watching this, because I suck at this kind of game. I've already established that by playing through this part of this level once. Oh, look at this! And failing miserably several times in a row. Coming to the conclusion that, oh yeah, I suck at this game. Is it safe to drop here? Yes, it is. So, you know, if that's you, you probably ought to turn this off, because you're not going to enjoy watching me go through this. Why do they do that? If not, however, then I welcome you to stay with me and watch me completely fail at this remake that's already like 5 years old of a game that was 10 years old at that point. I'm not sure why I brought that up in that context. That wasn't really relevant. I just felt like I had to remind everyone, this game used to be old. So they made a new one, and now the new one is old. Shooting wolves. I can hear you down there. And gee, I wonder what's gonna happen when I walk across this bridge. Any guesses? Yeah. It's okay though, because there's a thing in here. It's a small medipack. You use those on a keyboard with the V and B keys, but on a game controller it's the up and down on the D-pad. Not sure why that is. Is there anything in here? No. So yeah, I suck at these games. I know that I suck at these games. These games have tons of really difficult to find... Why am I going up here? These games have tons of really difficult to find secrets that completionists and people who really like these games are all about finding, and I'm not gonna find those. And if that bothers you, then stop watching now so that you don't end up complaining later. I know there's a thing over there though that I want, so let's get that. Also, please don't complain at me for not using manual grab if you're the kind of person to do that. I don't even if it was implemented correctly, I'm not sure if I could get used to it, seeing as how I like last week played through all of Assassin's Creed 2. I'm kind of used to the whole character does all the work for me at this point. It's how modern games are made. Anything around here? No. Ah yes, this rope. Yep. I actually teased this Let's Play. I'm sorry I've taken so long to get around to it, by the way, for those of you who knew about it. I actually teased about it. I know how to do this. When was that? The last part of my Dragon Let's Play, I think I teased it. in a way that was obscure enough that if I didn't get around to it, no one would know, but I still remember that that's what I did, and there's a bear here, so let's shoot the bear. Ow. Oh gosh. That's never happened before. I've actually never died to that bear. Of course that has to happen. Boy, the one time we do this on camera. I said I've done this before, right? To get used to the controls and to test my settings. It's actually the third time I do this, because the first time I tried to get used to the controls and test my settings was after I beat Draken. Which at this point was, oh man, was quite a while ago, because I've been doing other stuff. Let's not die to this bear this time. Here we go. He's not hard. I don't know why that was such a big problem. Now I have to get up there again because I missed the thing. This is what I mean. This entire game is going to be me failing to do simple things and then being annoyed by it. But at least there's a secret here. And you can't make it back up. Maybe you can. If you're good at this game, that ain't me though. It is fun to make Lara flip and stuff though. That's something the original game got a ton of attention for, and at the time that was, I mean, you could do things like this even in the original. For no reason at all, other than, hey, look at what a solid, beautifully animated 3D third-person character we got. You can make her do all kinds of things! And that set a whole bunch of standards for third-person games for many years to come. And such is the legacy of Tomb Raider. Let's not fuzz this up this time. That's not what that means. Fudge? That'll work. Huh. There we go. I forgot the whole mash the use button. Man! Whoa! 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 What? Whoa! What? Whoa! Can I get up here? Oh, surely I can get up there. Did you see that though? What was that about? Whatever. Oh, here we go. You don't have to run all the way around the second time. That's good. No, not that way. This way. Here we go. These controls do take a while to get used to. Since I suppose there's sort of a halfway thing between... I do remember there's something back here. There's sort of a halfway thing between what the original game was and what newer games tend to be. It's a little fidgety. But I'll get used to it. You'll see. It's not exactly the shortest game in the world, so I have time to practice. Up. And that's how you do that. A lot of this stuff comes pretty much automatically to someone who's played a third-person platformer or a traversal game in the past few years. They tend to feel very similar, which is a good thing, because it means if you play one, you can enjoy the others. Aw, did I seriously do that? Okay, I'm gonna press up on the D-pad then. Ah! Oh! Oh, just 10 minutes ago when I made sure the recording settings were correct and I played up to this point, I've pulled that off without getting hurt. This is... See what this... I play perfectly when I don't have to record, and then as soon as I'm talking about something and half of my attention is on what I'm gonna say next, then suddenly... all hell breaks loose. So this will be a fun ride, won't it? Especially when we get up to the part where this is truly blind, because I've done this before. Hang from that. Drop. And run around. They'll be in about 2 minutes, by the way. Until this is perfectly blind. I've gotten through this room, and then there's sort of a, hey, you completed this part of the stage screen, and that's where I've stopped. Oh. I know there's another one. She does look cool. She does. The original games don't hold up at this point. That was so long ago. And those graphics look so clunky at this point, but that was one of the impressive things back then as well. No, that's not how you do it. Back then as well. And no, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to... There you go. No, okay, there. Okay, now jump. Okay, now jump. I said jump. She doesn't want to jump. Lara. Thank you. And down here. You press the button. And the door opens. And, oh god, I'm scared. Because I don't know what's coming next. So, you know, oh god, look at the leg. Look at that leg go. Look at that leg go. Yeah, if you really love watching me fail at stuff, you ain't seen nothing yet. Where's the screen? Where's the screen? Where's the screen? There it is. This is how far I've played so far. From now on, this game is going to be completely 100% blind. Except I think there's a dinosaur somewhere in it. Was that this game? I think it was. Whew, I'm going to take a minute to gather up my courage, and I'll see you next time on Let's Play Tomb Raider Anniversary Blind. Until then.